In an instant, this young woman's life was changed forever. The teen, the innocent victim of a vicious shooting. It's something she relives every day.
It came through my arm and came out and it hit like a main artery.
The physical wound slowly healing for Delia Brown, but the emotional pain could last a lifetime.
When it happened, I didn't all I heard was boom.
Brown, one of the victims of last June's summertime shooting at the Glenwood Rec Center. Ataya Nichols lost her life. Brown has spent the past year recovering.
It had came out bigger.
2 bullets piercing her body. She suffered lung damage and for a time lost the use of her right arm.
They said it blew up.
And she tells us a bullet is still lodged in her spine.
I really feel like it was a process, but I'm better now for sure.
Witnesses there that day filming cell phone video Brown shared with us of the tense moments shots were fired. We do want to warn you, the gunfire and frantic moments disturbing.
Because she didn't die don't mean that she's okay. You know, we live with this every day. She's traumatized behind it.
Brown's grandmother, Tawana, has already lost 2 children to violence. She feared her granddaughter would be the 3rd loved one lost.
It messed her up mentally, physically, and emotionally.
Not only has this incident been taxing on her body, but the mental aspect has been even worse. The teen has dealt with depression, anxiety, and fights every day to move past the pain and get her life back on track. The violence that continues to grip the city only adds to her fears and frustrations.
At times I can't sleep. I just be thinking it just be a lot because it's just scary. It's scary.
She hopes by telling her story it will make a difference, putting a face to the lasting impacts of violence in the community, a part of the effort to stop the bloodshed. Rodney Dunigan reporting. Antonio Johnson Jr. is currently ranked the #1 boxer in his class in the entire country, and he's just getting started.
Do it again.
Antonio Johnson Jr. is focused. The young boxer wants to be the best.
Jab, I back on left hand.
Set to make his mark in the world of boxing.
I want to be a world champion. I want to be one of the best boxers that ever lived.
The 9-year-old has already won 41 amateur matches and 4 national tournament titles so far. The Cleveland qualifiers, the Junior Olympics, the National Silver Gloves, and the Amateur Junior Olympics.
When I was growing up, when I was young, 5, 4, I always used to love fighting.
Yeah. Do it again.
His trainer is his dad, Antonio Johnson Sr. The pair hit the ring at the Thompson Rec Center 5 days a week.
I back, give me that uppercut, sharp uppercut.
His dad is pushing Antonio to be a great boxer in the ring and an even better person outside of it.
Just seeing my kid, my son, just accomplish so many big things like this in his life, it's a blessing.
Yeah, then lean in.
The youngster wants to serve as a positive inspiration to other kids in the Columbus community. Again, Antonio's story is just getting started. He has big plans for the future, and he has no doubt he'll knock out any barrier in his way. Rodney Dunigan reporting. This is a hot-button issue stirring plenty of passion on both sides. As we get closer to Election Day, getting in-depth insight will be crucial for voters.
This proposal to strip Ohioans of a right that they've had for 111 years is beyond the pale.
Obviously, it's a charged debate right now, given the issues that we're facing.
As we get closer to the August 8th special election, the spotlight of attention focused on Issue 1, which would make it harder to change the state constitution, requiring 60% of the vote to pass instead of the current 50%. There would also be stricter requirements to get them on the ballot.
It is extreme, it is dangerous, and they're trying to do it in the most sneaky way.
What we've seen happen over the course of time is that our Constitution has become a breeding ground for out-of-state interests.
Former Ohio House member Mike Curtin and current State Senator Rob McCulley speaking with us before debating the issue at Wednesday's Columbus Metropolitan Club Forum, which I moderated. Looking forward to a lively yet peaceful debate.
This is what democracy looks like.
A big part of the controversy revolves around abortion rights. Pro-choice supporters believe the constitutional amendment change would take away the option for women. We weighed in on that as well.
I disagree with that. This has been an issue that's been discussed for years.
Not in 220 years of statehood has the General Assembly had the gall, had the bad faith to put a monumental constitutional amendment on an August special election. That's bad faith, and we ought to crush it.
The Columbus Metropolitan Club hoping Wednesday's event provided key information for Ohioans before they step into the voting booth in August. Rodney Dunigan reporting. The city of Columbus has kicked off a number of programs focused on improving the lives of Somali refugees and immigrants here in this community, from advocacy to education, employment, and housing. A big area of concern, safety and security.
Really so scary.
In recent years, we've tracked a series of serious crimes that have hit the Somali community.
How scary was it looking at that video, a gun pointed at one of your employees?
I mean, it was so scary. Like, you're gonna say, like, thank God my co-worker not killed.
Workers at a Somali restaurant on Cleveland Avenue targeted in a vicious armed holdup. The entire thing caught on camera. Those inside breaking down for us exactly what happened.
Hey, you can do whatever you need. You can take whatever you need, but do not, do not shoot me. Do not kill me. Just, you can do whatever you need.
Then there was the case of a popular faith leader whose life was cut short in a murder. His death leading to an outpouring of reaction from across the city and the country. We were there as mourners packed a Northeast Columbus mosque to remember his life. These crimes, two of the more high profile, but not the only ones to hit the Somali community. Several outreach resources have been put in place by the city and police to address concerns and get those new to the country to report issues, especially in communities such as Wedgwood Village. We've walked the streets with law enforcement there.
So that's what started Ebony Magazine.
The latest effort to connect in the classroom. These youngsters with big dreams, but not many resources. The Somali Link community newspaper serving as a hand up to many families. The Link hosting a summer youth journalism program, giving back to kids here, breaking down barriers, pulling youngsters away from the dangers of the streets. Organizers confident the effort will be life-changing. We're committed to helping the community find solutions to issues and not just reporting on the problem. As a part of that commitment, members of the team here are also serving as volunteer mentors, giving their time and expertise to the kids involved in that journalism program. A push to help those kids have a brighter future. Rodney Dunigan reporting. We continue to track the more than $20 million the city is spending on youth programming and efforts to address the outbreak of youth violence. Summer programs just launched last week. Take a look at these numbers. The day before Mayor Andrew Ginther announced the investment, the stats from Columbus Police indicated 15 people under the age of 21 were victims of homicides. The latest information we got just this week points out that number sits at 22. Thursday, Columbus Police getting in on the effort to have a positive impact on local kids. Volunteers with the department hosting a youth basketball camp at Linden STEM Academy for kids 9 to 15 years old. The focus is to keep them out of trouble this summer.
The police force is the backbone of the community. They're here to protect and serve. We want the youth to know that when you see them, you don't got to be afraid. You don't got to be apprehensive. They're here to help. They're here to be kind. They're here to be friendly. And that's everything.
Officers say the work is far from over. This is just the first step in their efforts to make a positive impact on kids. We will continue to track the city's efforts to keep kids safe in the weeks to come. Rodney Dunigan reporting. This is all a part of an effort to prepare kids for life through sports, making a difference in their lives early. A once-in-a-lifetime experience for hundreds of kids from across the city, soaking up the college experience and lifelong lessons.
I think the skills that they learn here are able to, you can see them like in their daily lives. Like I've seen a lot of the kids improve like from the first week up until now.
OSU's Department of Athletics and College of Social Work leading the Life Sports program. The message poured into these kids from volunteers, self-control, effort, teamwork, and social responsibility.
I really do feel like they are going to get something from this, and even if it's something small.
As we continue to track youth crime from car thefts to shootings, community advocates stress outreach programs are vital to addressing the issues.
Slide to the right. Crisscross.
Throughout the summer, kids here receiving warm meals, guidance, mentorship. Organizers say a positive summer experience, keeping them off the streets and out of trouble.
Gotten to know them, gotten to know a lot of their stories and backgrounds. They've really opened up. We've been able to build, relationships and friendships with them.
Volunteers are confident this effort will help to create future leaders in this community. On the campus of OSU, Rodney Dunigan reporting. For months now, a 14-year-old kid's life and future hung in the balance of a murder investigation. The youngster charged in a New Year's Eve murder. Now, according to investigators, he wasn't the gunman.
He was an average kid. He's just a kid. Just a regular kid.
Lloyd Jefferson talking with us shortly after his 14-year-old grandson was charged in the New Year's Eve shooting of 15-year-old Unique Prater.
Only thing I can do right now is just hope and pray that he's not guilty. And if he is, he's going to have to do what he has to do.
According to investigators, it turns out he didn't pull the trigger. Murder charges now dropped against the teen. Columbus police telling us SWAT team members rounded up 14-year-old Calvin Curry and 16-year-old Demarion Harmon on Thursday. Officers saying information gathered during the investigation led to the latest developments. Now one teen has his life back, 2 others now facing stiff charges, and the loved ones of the victim, 15-year-old Unique Prater, left to relive a nightmare. Rodney Dunigan reporting. City leaders believe this program could be a real game changer, helping people citywide, regardless of income, have the ability to move safely and affordably along city streets. Community groups believe the impact could be felt right away.
They need mentors. They need someone that they can look up to, that can talk to, and that can help them understand how to navigate the life that they're living in.
For years, Miguel Gino Tucker, founder of Remember Us Urban Legends, has been at the forefront of making a positive impact in the lives of city kids. We've followed the group's work through grassroots efforts helping kids steer clear of violence through mentoring, internships, and work opportunities.
They got too much free time. They don't know how to handle their emotions. And we got to teach our young people how to respond to their emotions and the circumstances that they're in.
I was going through a lot because I lost my dad, like I said, at 9, so it helped me. It helped me cope.
Urban Legends now getting a big boost through a city council-led effort providing deep discounts on e-bikes. The plan allowing youth who otherwise couldn't afford it the opportunity to venture farther across the city, opening up a world of possibilities.
So they can use biking not just for leisure, like we have traditionally used it in Columbus, but for true mobility, true commuting, getting to and from work, running to the grocery store, running down the street to visit a friend. We want to make sure that this is accessible to all of our community.
And it's really just providing a safe, fun, and fast alternative to vehicles.
Council members believe this program will make a difference in the lives of young people citywide. Rodney Dunigan